point is not to make a bunch of money. There's a lot of ways to do that in life. Yeah, and that's what really sucks about it, because it distracts people from the important picture, right? Like, it's great to make money. I've made lots of money in crypto, the vast majority from the appreciation in Bitcoin itself. That's awesome. I love that. But that's not the point. The point is to actually change how money works and how finance works and how the entire global economic exchange apparatus works at a fundamental level. And anything that advances that cause should be applauded. And anything that harms that cause, I think, is fair game for ridicule. So I see these different experiments as attempts at moving this out, right? Even if Bitcoin is the best money the world has ever seen, and I've made the argument for close to a decade, there's a lot of survival reasons why people have affection and trust for those around them, and fear for those who are not part of their tribe. Like, that's ingrained into our minds. And it expresses itself, I think, in a lot of ways, from people who are vehement sports fans, right? And they love their team and they hate every other team, to people who love their political party and hate every other political party. And it has emerged in crypto, right? And you have all these different crypto projects. You can understand why someone who owns and loves Bitcoin would look at these other projects as competition, or just dismiss them as scams or as a distraction. And so they fall into this kind of perpetuating spell of needing to justify why Bitcoin is better than anything else and why those things are always bad. And I think it's very poisonous. It leads to whatever facts they learn about, or whatever stories they hear, they start painting in the Bitcoin good, other coin bad narrative, right? So every time they hear something bad about Ethereum, they'll think about that. And they'll regurgitate the bad thing, and they'll recite the bad thing about Ethereum on Twitter. And every time they hear a bad thing about Bitcoin, they'll do the opposite. They'll justify it. They'll dismiss it. They'll defend it. They will come up with a long argument about why it's not actually that big of a deal. And so they'll defend their tribe and they will ridicule the other tribe. And it just is like this perpetuating phenomenon. And it sucks. It's like really a distraction. Money itself is not the sum total of financial interaction. You need tooling, you need financial services, right? You need all these different things that money itself is not. And Ethereum comes along and allows people to start building some of this tooling in a decentralized way. To be honest, I didn't understand it enough at the start. So I did not buy into its token sale. I've known Vitalik since he was like 18, writing for Bitcoin Magazine. So I should have been a little closer and like ready to pounce on that opportunity, but the fault lies with me because I did not understand this whole concept of smart contracts and Turing complete blockchain. It did not make sense to me at the time. I understand it now, but back then I didn't. So I kind of just thought it's this weird thing, and I wasn't quite sure what to make of it, but was kind of skeptical. So profoundly important, and like so inspiring and magical as money.